All right, let's get straight to it. You're here because you don't just want to play Grand Theft Auto 6. You want to absolutely dominate it. So we're going to talk about the one piece of hardware, the ultimate weapon you're going to need for Vice City, and that is the RTX 5090. Just look at this. This right here. This is the goal. This is what we're calling the God-tier GTA 6 experience. I'm talking about seeing every single neon sign reflecting perfectly on those slick, rainy Vice City streets, with every single setting cranked to the absolute max, and not dropping a single frame. This is the pure, no-compromise vision we're chasing. So that leads to the big question, right? The one we all have to ask ourselves. Is your rig actually ready for this? I mean, you might have a total beast of a PC right now, but trust me, what Rockstar is cooking up, it's probably going to bring even today's best hardware to its knees. So let's talk about what's coming. GTA 6 is going to be the new ultimate benchmark. And look, let's be real about the timeline here. Consoles are probably getting it in 2026. For us on PC, we're likely waiting until late 2027, maybe even 2028. And that means GTA 6 isn't just another game. It's going to be the new high watermark, the thing that will define a whole new generation of hardware. And the main reason for that is one thing: Rockstar's new Rage 9 engine. The rumors, the leaks, they all point to one game-changing feature: full path tracing. Now, this isn't just your standard ray tracing. We're not talking about faking light anymore. This is the real deal, calculating the actual physical path of light rays as they bounce all over the place. The sheer horsepower needed for that, it's going to be insane. So insane that even the current king, the mighty RTX 4090, is probably going to struggle a lot. Okay, so now for your weapon of choice, the RTX 5090. If GTA 6 is the final boss of gaming, well, this is your BFG. You really need to stop thinking of the 5090 as just another graphics card. It's not. It is the purpose-built solution designed specifically to conquer the challenge Rockstar is throwing at us. Seriously, look at this thing. This is the weapon for the no-compromise gamer. Or talking about the person who hears "turn down your settings" and just laughs. If you want to see Vice City exactly how Rockstar's artists and engineers dreamed it up, with zero concessions, well, this is the piece of tech you've been holding out for. So let's break down what makes this card so special. First up, a huge generational leap: the memory. The 4090 had GDDR6X, which was great, don't get me wrong. But the 5090, it's jumping to the brand new GDDR7 standard. And trust me, this is a way bigger deal than it might sound on paper. So why should you care? One word: bandwidth. We are talking about a potential 50% increase. Now, what does that actually mean in the game? Imagine you're screaming across the state of Leonida in a fighter jet. That memory bandwidth is what stops the world from looking like a blurry pop-in mess. It's the difference between a completely seamless experience and ugly textures loading in late. With GDDR7, the world just is there, instantly. And here it is, path tracing. This is the technology that demands all that power we were just talking about. Okay, think of it this way. Normal ray tracing is like spot checking the light in a room. It kind of guesses. Path tracing, on the other hand, is like tracking every single photon of light from the bulb to the wall to the floor to the table, and then finally into your character's eye. It's basically reality simulation, and as you can imagine, that takes an absolutely monstrous amount of power. But raw power isn't the only trick up its sleeve. The other half of this magic equation is Nvidia's secret sauce: DLSS, and the 50 series is getting exclusive access to the next generation, likely DLSS 4.0. It's got this insane multi-frame generation tech that uses AI to, get this, create entirely new frames out of thin air and slot them in between the real ones. This is the tech that's going to take the already insane power of the 5090 and push it into territory we haven't even thought about, like making 8K gaming an actual playable reality. All right, let's get into it. The God-tier experience. Enough with the concepts, let's talk hard numbers. What do the specs actually look like for this beast? Okay, let's do a rapid-fire rundown. First up, VRAM. A staggering 32 gigabytes of that super-fast GDDR7 memory. And look, that's not just overkill for today, that's for tomorrow. That's for the crazy high-res texture packs and the wild 8K mods the community is definitely going to make. Next, the engine itself, the raw horsepower. The Blackwell GB202 chip is rumored to have over 21,000 CUDA cores. Those are the little workhorses, the tiny brains that are going to be calculating every single one of those light paths and all the insane physics we're going to see in real time. And all of that leads to this, the number that matters more than any other: the Holy Grail.
We're talking 80 to 100 frames per second. And that's not at medium settings, folks. That's at 4K, everything on ultra, with full, glorious path tracing turned on. A rock-solid 80 to 100 FPS. That is the dream.
So let's just put it all together in one simple chart. The prediction is this. The RTX 5090 won't just be the best card for GTA 6. It's probably going to be the only card that can actually run it with full path tracing at a stable 60+ frames per second, period. Whether you're at native 4K or using DLSS to push an 8K display, this thing is just going to be in a league of its own. Okay, time to talk about future-proofing your dominance. And that means we have to address the elephant in the room, the price. Because let's face it, the 5090 is going to cost a small fortune. So is it the only option? Let's take a look at its little brother, the 5080, and see where you might be able to save some cash. So here's how it shakes out. The RTX 5090, that's the no-compromise option. It's for the purist who wants that native 4K with full path tracing and isn't willing to budge. The 5080, though, is being called the smarter choice for a reason. It's still going to be an absolute beast for 4K gaming, but you'll probably be leaning on DLSS a bit more to keep those frame rates buttery smooth. Still an amazing option, just a different philosophy. You might still be asking, but why? Why does it need so much power? Well, it's because of what the Rage 9 engine is actually doing. We're talking real-time global illumination. That means if you shoot out a single streetlight, the shadows across an entire city block will realistically change. It's the insane water physics. It's the super dense crowds where every single person isn't just a copy-paste model. Each one of those things puts a massive strain on the GPU that, frankly, older cards just weren't built to handle. Okay, so let's wrap this all up. The final verdict. Where does this leave us? And is that massive price tag actually justified? You know, this quote really hits the nail on the head. The RTX 5090 isn't just a luxury, it might be the intended hardware for Rockstar's full vision. Think about that for a second. The argument here is that this isn't just some crazy over-the-top piece of hardware. It might actually be the target hardware, the GPU that Rockstar's own developers were using to build their ultimate no-compromises version of the game. So this is the GPU hierarchy for GTA 6, plain and simple. At the top, you have the RTX 5090, the undisputed no-compromise king for that full path-traced 4K experience. One step down, the RTX 5080, the smart, practical choice for amazing 4K gaming with the help of DLSS. And the old champ, the RTX 4090, it's going to be demoted to being the minimum card you'll want if you plan on running this thing at ultra settings at all. How times change, huh? So we come back to the big question. Is the price of glory worth it? Is it worth it for the true, unadulterated by city experience? Well, if you're that no-compromise gamer we've been talking about and you've got the budget, then the answer is yes. This isn't an upgrade, it's the weapon you need to win. Go ahead and check that availability link below to arm yourself.